So this is the main kind of clubhouse, and then these are the buildings. Here's David.
Morning.
So this is just a central gathering room.
Yeah, but I guess it could be a gym, it could be...
Here's the pool. So there are 5 buildings. So this is just some additional land for further construction in the future. There's an elevator in every building, 3 stories. Each unit is individually metered.
Looks like a window got blown out here. You think we can get into this room?
And here's the interior courtyard. I got it. So we walk in. Here, you want to do the commentary?
Yeah, sure. We've got a room here immediately to the right with its own bathroom and a closet area. And with natural light coming in.
Wheelchair accessible.
Yeah, certainly looks,
Sink.
Looks like a quite comfortable second bedroom right next to it. Slightly different layout.
So 2 bedrooms.
And then
Here's the kitchen.
pantry, here's the third, so there's 3 stacked side by side on this side, and then it looks like you have 4 and 5 over here. So it's a 5-bedroom suite.
5-bedroom suite. So here's bedroom number 4.
Yeah, again, each of the 5 with its own closet and its own full-service bathroom.
Okay, well, this is our dream for Promise. And Promise is just a vision that I've had for 5 years, and the thing that's been on my heart, and the number one concern that families have is safety. And so I've always had this vision
Safety for
their loved ones with disabilities to live, you know, and group homes are just not an option. My son was mainstream through all the way through school, and he wants to be in an environment where there's a lot of fun things to do. He does not want to live in a group home with just 4 or 5 other people. He needs to be someplace where things are happening. And this is actually a God-given vision. About 5 years ago, I had this vision for kind of like a condominium resort kind of thing for our kids, as opposed to some of the residential communities around the country have group homes within a village, which is a great idea, don't get me wrong, I love it, but I just like the idea of the hotel resort kind of condo thing. So basically, there would be some kind of a safety feature, a wall or fence or whatever around the whole thing, and there'd be one door in and out so that we would always know who's on the property, and there would be all sorts of safety features, video. Basically, from right here, this hub would be able to monitor the entire facility from right here via video. This is designed to be 2 stories here, and these are going to be 3 stories of residential units. And what we'd like to do, we wanted to have an accessible, a special needs friendly medical and dental clinic, because that's a real issue for a lot of our families, to find a dentist and a doctor that will, serve their adult, especially with special needs. We want to have an accessible medical and dental, and an accessible and special needs friendly hair and nail salon as well, that will be open to the public. Not just our residents. In a food court area, the kids want a food court, not a restaurant, but they want a food court area, and they would run all of this. The kids would be running all of this. This would be, this is my son's it's a reflection pond. He saw it at an architect's office, and he's like, "Oh, Mom, I want to have that." So he wants a reflection pond with a fountain in it, so he can take his girlfriend out for a romantic dinner. These are all the tables around there. Handicap accessible pools, jacuzzis. We have a group of young adults called the Dream Team, the Promise Dream Team, and they actually helped us to design this. We met with the architect for several months, and one of the young ladies that uses a wheelchair, and I'd encouraged the kids to tell us what their dreams would be. You know, if they could build a place, what would it look like? And she goes, "Oh, I'd love to have a jacuzzi that I could get into in my wheelchair." I'm like, "Okay, we'll make that happen." How cool would that be? So they would go down in their wheelchair here, and then these are all separate jacuzzis, like 4- and 5-seater jacuzzis that they could get out of their chair and float into. How much fun would that be? Anyways, I want this to be a combination of an assisted living facility, college dorm, and a resort. So the kids feel like they are just in this amazing place. The second floor of this would be a couple multi-purpose rooms, a huge arts and crafts area, big arcade, a computer lab, a big gathering area. And the residents, what we did, we designed it with 1- and 2-bedroom and a 5-bedroom suite. And we're doing actually a statewide survey now that just went out to like 16,000 people. We've done a smaller survey on our website, the Promise website. We have 245 responses. And about 75% of the families like the 5-bedroom suite, so that's why this property was just so perfect for us in the beginning when we looked at it. But our goal is to partner with Florida Tech. Did he tell you this? Our goal is to partner with Florida Tech, who has the Scott Center for Autism, the Applied Behavior Analysis Program, and School of Psychology, and actually had the college students in their junior and senior year living at Promise as housing assistants. Because I really want to change the world. That's just kind of my goal. And I think the way to do that is through our college students, because they're going to be the future business leaders. They also have a school of business at Florida Tech, and we want to get them all involved in all this as well. But they're going to be the future co-workers and managers, and if they get to know our kids on a more personal level here, when they go to hire them down the road, they're going to remember those kids that they got to know here at Promise. And so there's like, I don't know how many countries, 197 countries or whatever, that's represented at Florida Tech. They got students from all over the world. We really could change the world because they would all get to know our kids. And so the students, the kids who live here, the students who live here, and I envisioned having a shuttle going back and forth. And I've met with Dr. Cantonese from Florida Tech, and he loves this idea. And he goes, "I want your kids to be able to take classes at Florida Tech, because some of the kids on the spectrum absolutely can take classes. So wouldn't that be cool?" I'm kind of like, I think Florida Tech needs to be like one of the premier universities in the country that serves this population. You've got the Scott Center for Autism, whatever. So it was planted that seed. So that's kind of what the goal is to be that.
And how many people?
384 beds in this. Okay, we were looking at, and these are just numbers that we've just been playing with, but we have 350 residents, and the rest would be staff and students that would be living there. But all that could be flexible. One of the other things we're going to do is we want a hydroponic garden and nursery. So we want to grow our own vegetables, and actually we were looking at some land on Babcock Street. We want to have a 10,000 square foot retail place up front, where we're going to have the Promise Cafe and Bakery. We want to have where we can sell like natural foods and stuff and have our own little bakery, and a catering business. Within this area, there are 12 major corporations, 14,000 employees. We could have our own catering business through our culinary arts program. We could cater lunches to all the businesses in this area. And on Babcock Street, there's like 36,000 cars go by the area that we were looking at. So we kind of wanted to have this retail piece out front so that we could employ a lot of the residents that didn't want to work. Absolutely. And have our own bakery and like maybe even a candy shop, and that's where we were going to do the hair and nail salon and the medical and dental, and then I have our own little retail store where we could sell our own fruits and our own vegetables and stuff.
Just one question.
Okay.
Could you envision that
Yes.
this could be
Yes.
modified
Absolutely.
to capture this?
Absolutely. When we came out and saw this property, and the architect, and we all came out here, one of the things that we wanted to do was obviously get rid of the water in the middle, because the water is not it's a major safety issue with our kids. And we talked to the architect, and we could change the drainage field and put it out back. But the center area, we wanted to make that the pool, the jacuzzi, a lot of the amenities, maybe even the tennis court and basketball court right in the center. And then put the fence or whatever around the outside. But absolutely, this has already got so much of what we needed. And we have hundreds of families already interested that want to move in. They're ready. We haven't even done the statewide survey. And that's why the 5-bedroom suite was just so popular, because then we could keep that. That could be very, very affordable. That's why this property was so exciting, because we could get that for a fraction. This is $35 million.
Wow.
This is what it will cost to build this.